So if anybody was wondering or was curious, this is footage that I pulled from the Return to Freddy's 1 Part 2 video. This will be showing all of the extras menu, as this was cut footage, as it was about, I think, 15 minutes long. So thank you, hope you guys enjoy. Let's check out the extras menu now. First and foremost, characters. Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear is the lead singer and mascot of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza franchise. His design was inspired by both his classic and withered counterparts, with minor details from Toy Freddy and Chapter 1 thrown in as well. Freddy's movement and pattern is similar to that of his FNAF 1 counterpart, and only can be fended off with the mask, just like the original The Return to Freddy's 1. Bonnie the Bunny. Bonnie is the Fazbear's band's guitarist and backup vocalist. His design, like Freddy's, is a hybrid of his classic and withered counterparts, with a color scheme reminiscent of his Chapter 1 design. Bonnie moves around the left side of the establishment and cannot jump scare the player if they are wearing a mascot mask, like the Return to Freddy's 1. Alright. Chica the Chicken. Chica is the Fazbear crew's backup vocalist and chef. Her appearance was primarily based on the classic design, though her head shape reflects both her withered and toy counterparts. Chica's tendency to twitch when using the hall light was inspired by an unused render edit of The Return to Freddy's 1. Foxy the Pirate Fox. Foxy is a separate attraction from the main band. Hiding in the Pirate Cove to avoid bright lights, he shares similar rips as his classic and withered counterparts, showcasing a Chapter 1 inspired endoskeleton underneath when the pizzeria first opened. Foxy was less photosensitive and had a fresh costume, but was ripped apart by an evil wacko shortly after. I died to him about 2 or 3 times. I don't know if it got caught on recording or not, but he is a tough nut to crack. The Puppet. The Puppet is a gift vendor animatronic salvaged from the previous Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Whether it should be clairvoyance or not, he will always try to find a suitable gift for you, even if it takes him a whole week. Oddly enough, the Puppet wasn't reported to have tears on its face until after its original location closed down. Could it be related to his preference towards you? Golden Freddy, a non-functioning yellow bear animatronic from a long-gone franchise. Emerging from a blind spot near your office window, Golden Freddy can only be scared off using the blinding light in your office. Sacrificing your eyesight momentarily, his design was based on a template used to model the rest of the cast, with a color scheme reminiscent of the tortured Freddy Bear from The Return to Freddy's 5. Ghoul Balloon Boy, a short humanoid figure with the appearance of decommissioned Balloon Boy animatronic. Replacing Sugar from the original FNAF 3 fan game, Ghoul Balloon Boy makes use of its small height to go unnoticed and get into narrow spaces, remaining only vulnerable to the light. However, the discrepancies with its original counterpart seem to imply an amalgamation of some sorts. Oh, that's Fredbear's jump scare. What? That's Shadow Freddy? I never saw him before. Behind the scenes. Chapter 1 phase. 1 year prior to the game's first release, the classic recoded with Chapter 1... Oh, sorry. Project was initially conceived as a reskin of the Return to Freddy's classic recoded with Chapter 1 graphics. Former team member Will Faz modeled the majority of the characters and rooms, while current modeler Briam designed a Ghoul Balloon Boy in a similar style. However, the results were incredibly unappealing to look at and were ultimately scrapped. Here are some of the salvaged renders from that era of development. Got the show stage, I believe to be the prize corner. Party room. An empty back room, maybe? Backstage. Very cartoonish looking puppet. That's a little bit more scary. Very slender. That's more of an original design, like the Return to Freddy's design. Yeah. So that's Foxy. A weird Balloon Boy model. And this, I assume, is the office left door, right door, desk. And the lamp. I have no idea who that is, but they probably have some sort of relevance that I don't know of. Alright, that's enough of the renders. Oh, never mind. So, proposed redesigns. As a basis for the character redesigns, Brim created these 2 template models. The first was an attempt at recreating the Chapter 1 style, while the second went for a look more faithful to Scott Cawthon's. Some design cues were kept in between the models. However, like Freddy's more rectangular ears, however, only the second template would wind up being used. As a basis for the character... oh, it's the same thing. That is a very chunky Fredbear. Or Freddy. Freddy Fazbear. Freddy's redesign was first modeled by former team member Shane the Barbarian. He initially looked closer to his withered counterpart with lighter colored fur and different ears and feet. After various revisions, Freddy's textures were remade to match his classic counterpart, received rounder ears, and was given a red stripe on his hat. Bonnie the Bunny. Bonnie was modeled by Shane the Barbarian, initially having a Springtrap-like mask. Similar to Freddy, his textures and feet were redone once touched upon. Briam remodeled Bonnie's head, while Sinhor, if I pronounced that right, helped to determine how the head should be measured and fitted onto the endoskeleton. Chica the Chicken. Chica was once again modeled by Shane the Barbarian, but the team was divided on keeping the mask or not. After determining through a poll that a second redesign was needed, character modeler Scrappy Boy heavily modified a custom withered Chica mask and gave her some design cues from her toy counterpart to further emphasize her gender. Ooh, Foxy the Pirate Fox. This kind of looks like the regular model. Foxy the Pirate Fox. In a similar vein, Foxy was initially modeled by Shane the Barbarian, later given a better mask and textures by Scrappy Boy. The decision was made to keep him withered to better justify his mechanic, but can still be seen fixed in 2 of the posters of the pizzeria. Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy was initially just a recolor of a custom withered Freddy model with cables hanging out. However, he was eventually redesigned with the template model as a reference and given glowing apparel to present more of a ghostly appearance. The puppet was modeled by former team member Just Delta, but was left unrigged. Scrappy Boy rigged the model after, then was retextured by Briam. The same model would then be re-rigged by the Fang Some Wolf and used in the Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. Ghoul Balloon Boy. Ghoul Balloon Boy was also modeled by Just Delta, with the withering process done shortly after the model's completion, rendering the fixed variant you see now as unused. The only change you see received after were new textures by Black Boy, and Briam. And again, another miscellaneous character. Cut content. Withered variants. As with the other original variant release of the game, we plan to keep the withered variants of Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica in the game. They were edited by Scrappy Boy, with a modification to Chica's head made by Black Boy 74. However, after people said it wouldn't make sense for the main animatronics in a still running pizzeria to be withered, the decision was made to cut them from the game. That's really neat. Wow. Spring Bonnie. For a previously scrapped 7th Night, Spring Bonnie was meant to appear as one of the active characters inside the building. He sported a smoothened face and shared similar textures to Golden Freddy. The model presented now as an unfinished and missing a few textures. OG Major Update. In addition to Spring Bonnie, the original 7th Night was going to be set in Fredbear's Family Diner. Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, and the puppet were planned to be antagonists of this bonus night. The entrance camera would then be redone and used in the Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. Check it out. So this was the main office. This was the prize corner, or the front entrance. Got the little cutout of Fredbear right there. The backstage with the Spring Bonnie suit. And blender mesh of the puppet. Enjoy your stay at Fredbear's Family Diner. Bonnie poster. Chica poster. And then just the office again. Early sprites. These sprites were intended to be used for the scrapped post-night segments. They were then done in a similar style to Finest of Candies 3, but would then shift to resemble the Cave Story sprites. A few of the heads, however, would be touched upon and used for the radar icons of the animatronics. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you guys want to see whenever I post. It'll give you the notification. Then that's it. See you guys in the next video.